Welcome back to part 3 of Beware the Siren's Call, Chapter 8 of a Thora Silentblade tale. In the morning, Thora prepared the horses and cart for the trip ahead of them and took to the driver's seat as per their normal routine. While they were trained for riding, these horses had gone through this process enough times it was becoming a comfortable routine for all of them. The day seemed to promise excellent riding weather, which put the crew into a good mood. They said their goodbyes to Dean and their new friends in Wilted Gulch and began the trip south on the main roadway. The hot sun beat down upon them as they traveled along the dusty road, but Thora's hood kept the worst of it at bay. They hadn't seen many souls upon their travels, and even fewer wildlife, so the monotony of the road was broken when they came upon a large crater just off the roadway. It must have been a good 20 lengths across, sloping down slightly in what seemed like a perfect circle. In the center of the crater was an unknown object, dimly glowing. Thora did not like the look of this. Dwayne, hoping to understand more about the strange glowing object, began a complex, focused ritual, eyes closed and beak muttering out strange arcane words that Thora didn't understand. Picking up a stone, the dwarf tossed it along the crater surface, trying to see what might happen. But there was no apparent effect. Allendale, who had been carefully considering an option, began a slow, rhythmic drumming, accompanied by a lilting chant. The glowing object at the center of the crater began to rise into the air, floating slowly towards them above the ground, as if held by some invisible force. As it neared them, it became more obvious that it was some sort of stick or club that was giving off the glowing light. "Are you sure we should be touching that thing?" Thor questioned, clearly not happy about the idea of a strange glowing object. "I'm not the superstitious type, but somebody clearly wanted to get rid of that thing and has tossed it a long way, given that impact crater." Dwayne, however, seemed to hold no regard for his safety or the safety of others. The wizard simply plucked the glowing club out of the air with a look of childlike glee and then immediately was assaulted with a psychic force that took his entire mental strength to ward off. "It would make such a nice leg," moaned the turtle, clearly torn on what to do with it. Eventually, the wizard stowed the club away for later use, but Thora wondered how bad it must have been that Dwayne took the reasonable course of action. There was still a glint in the turtle's eye, though, as if he was thinking of ways to benefit from this new cursed thing. Leaving the crater behind, the wagon continued forward, the glowing cursed thing joining them as a new traveling companion. As Thora held the reins, guiding them onward down the road, the dwarf wondered if perhaps they would regret not putting that thing back where it came from.